Hey guys, today we're going to look at animal wisdom. We're going to preview. And so, when we preview, the first thing that we need to do is note the title. So, this is called Animal Wisdom. I always circle my title just so that I remember to read it and then think about what I might be learning or reading about in this text. So, animals and wisdom. So, I know that wisdom means knowing something, having a knowledge about something. So, I'm thinking that the animals here might have some knowledge about something that maybe we can pick up. We see that this is a poem. And we know that we have to read and study poetry a little bit differently than other texts. So I'm going to keep that in mind as well. I notice here that there is a photograph. I always label my photographs just so that I know that I have taken note of it. And in this photograph, there is a butterfly. So I'm just going to mark this here. There's a photograph of a butterfly. So I'm just going to scroll through and look at my poem. I see that it is broken up into stanzas, but it doesn't look like the stanzas each have the same number of lines. So um, keep that in mind. I'm not going to number each of my lines because every fifth line is numbered, but I am going to number my stanzas. So this is stanza number 1, stanza number 2, stanza number 3, stanza number 4, and stanza number 5. And looking at this, noticing that each stanza does not have the same number of lines, I'm going to make an inference that this is a free verse poem. So let's look at rhyming words because that can help too. So we always look at the end of lines. Busy until said ability, life, there are no rhyming words there. Whiskers, able, stood, said, devotion, time, no rhyming words there. While, greatest, penetrating, missing, arguments, rancor, no rhyming words. There, differences up of missing, notice, hidden, stones, snowflakes, and peaks realized, no rhyming words. Animals, things, together, insisted, and names. So in this poem, it does not rhyme. So I think it is pretty safe for us to say that this is a free verse poem. It doesn't have rhyming words or a rhyming pattern. It does not have a pattern of specific lines and stanzas. So there is that. All right. So with that, we can look at maybe the point of view and the speaker. So I'm seeing he, he, all of that leads me to believe that this is written in third person. And we'll have to read a little more deeply to figure out if it's limited or omniscient. And then our speaker. At first, the wild creatures were too busy, so it seems like the speaker is writing about the animals. So the animals are not the speaker. You have a speaker who is not part of the story, which we said it's third persons. So we don't really have a lot of information about who the speaker might be. It seems like they're more narrating a story than participating in this poem. All right, and now the last thing that we're going to do, we're going to skim through and see if we can find any examples of imagery before we start going. So here is oceans receded and fish sprouted whiskers. These are both things that we can visualize. I'm just going to write see here. We can picture that in our minds. And there are a couple more in that particular stanza. Mountains grew from fiery heat. So fiery heat is a feel. We can feel what heat is. And then laughter is a sound. It's something that you hear. Darkness and light is something that you would see. All right, so we've picked out the imagery in this poem. Now that we've finished this, tomorrow you'll get to go through and read the poem, and then on another video, we'll actually analyze this poem. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.